everyone, welcome to Pilates. So it's going to be a bit of like a power Pilates class today. So the 2 weights are optional, but they're always handy to use them. And we're going to begin in a child's pose. So big toes together, knees open wide, and then just reach the hands forward, gently pressing down into the earth, and you can let the forehead rest on the mat or on a block if you have one. And we're just going to start by taking a close of the eyes and starting to deepen the breath. So as you inhale, move the breath into the side of the ribs, so moving the breath from left to right. And as you exhale, allowing those ribs to come back together, gently finding that engagement through the front of the belly and the ribs and the pelvic floor. We'll do 3 more breaths like that. So inhale, the breath moves wide. Exhale, the ribs gently draw together, the tummy gently pulls in, and the pelvic floor gently starts to lift. Good. Now as you inhale, I want you to keep the hands where they are. Just move yourself forward into an all-four shape. And as you exhale, send the bum back towards the heels. So inhale, you come forward, press down through the hands, maybe tuck the toes. As you exhale, move it back. So just starting to warm up a little bit through the wrists, so you can put some weight kind of through the front of the hands, through the fingertips as you move forward. You might want to let the belly drop, you might want to let the hips drop. Don't worry kind of about maintaining any kind of neat posture here. Inhaling it forward, exhale back. Let's go 3 more like that. And then we're going to meet in all fours, hands underneath shoulders, and we'll go for a cat-cow. So as you breathe in, you're going to drop the belly and take the gaze forward. And as you exhale, push the ground away from you, tuck the chin and round the spine. So you're looking for that nice broadness through the collarbones, through the shoulders as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, finding that pushing of the ribs towards the ceiling. And you might want to stay like this, or if it feels nice, you might want to kind of take some rolls through the spine, going in both directions. You might want to move the hips forward and back. Just kind of take any movement that feels good, especially if you've been like sat down all day, or maybe this is your first movement of the day. Just take a moment to kind of close the eyes and feel into what the body needs. Or you can just stay with the cat-cow, totally up to you. We'll go for a few more breaths. Fantastic, and then you're going to come back through that long spine. As you breathe in, the right arm reaches up. As you exhale, thread the needle, but don't drop the ear to the floor. So just take a little bend in that left elbow. Inhale to reach, exhale to thread. Really reaching that right arm as far towards the left side of the mat as you can. So you're creating that lovely rotation through the spine. Go for 1 more. Great. Right hand comes down, you're going to kick that right leg up to the ceiling in like a donkey kick shape, and then start to circle the knee around. So big rotations. Again, don't worry too much about what the spine is doing here. Let the spine kind of move with the hip and the knee. Really making as big of a circle as you can. So starting to move through that hip joint. And then reverse the direction of those circles. Again, making it nice and dramatic. Great. Right foot steps in between the hands. You're going to reach the arms up overhead, take a big breath in, and as you breathe out, cactus the arms, lift the heart up towards the ceiling, take a little bit of a back bend. So inhale, reach the arms, lengthen the spine. Exhale, draw the elbows down, open through the chest. 2 more like that. Good, last one. Hand comes back down, right knee steps back into your tabletop position. We'll go for thread the needle on the other side. So breath in as you lift up with the left arm, breath out, wraps you underneath the right armpit. So you're keeping it active, you're not resting on the floor here. Using the arms, using the back body. For 2. Last one. Then hand comes back underneath the shoulder, take a bend into that left knee, start to circle out through that left hip joint. So just go in one direction to start with. Keep the bend in the knee and make as big of a circle as you can here. For 2 and 1. Good, then reverse that direction. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. That left foot steps in between the hands, arms reach up to the ceiling. Nice long spine as you reach and lift through the head. As you exhale, sink the hips, sink the elbows. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink. 2 more. Fantastic. Hands back underneath the shoulders. And we'll start to go for a little warm up through the stomach. So you're going to tuck the toes, come into your all fours position. As you exhale, those knees lift into a hover, just a couple of inches off the mat. As you breathe in, they lower. So what you're looking for is maintaining that long spine. So imagine you've got a glass of water resting on your back. You're trying not to let it kind of go anywhere or splash. So as you move, you're keeping that spine long. You're engaging through the tummy and the pelvic floor. So a little lift through the belly button, little lift through the pelvic floor. Good. Now we're going to start to add on. So you're going to lift the knees. Instead of coming down to the ground, you're going to push yourself back into a down dog shape, a little bit shorter than a normal down dog. And then as you come forward, drop the knees into a hover. So knees don't come to the floor anymore. You press all the way back. Maybe the heels come to the ground, maybe they don't. And then all the way forward. Good. For 7. 6, really pressing the ground away from you. 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to hold that hover. So bend the knees. Again, press the ground away from you, nice and long through the spine. Step the left leg back, step the right leg back, step the left leg forward, right leg forward. Then you're going to switch. Right leg back, right leg forward, left leg forward. Alternate left back, left forward, right forward. You're going to continue to walk out through the legs, pressing the ground away from you, lengthening through the spine and the crown of the head. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold your plank next time you're there. If you want a bit more, start to jog out through the knees. Drop one knee down, pick it back up, other knee down. Trying to keep those hips quite still as you drop the knee to the ground. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the heels, press yourself back into a child's pose. Take a moment to just let those shoulders recover. Take a few deep breaths. Maybe you want to bring the arms all the way back behind you and rest the head back to the ground. Okay, so we're going to come up to standing now. You're going to want your weights if you're using them. And come towards the front of the mat. Toes facing forward, hip distance apart. Weights hanging down by the side. You're going to step the right leg back into a curtsy lunge, getting as low as you can, and then stepping that right foot forward. So you're keeping most of the weight into that left leg, pressing down through the heel and the big toe, sending the knee to follow the toes. You can always adjust the angle of the foot if this feels uncomfortable on the knee. Trying to stay quite upright through the spine here. So imagine you've got that book resting on the crown of the head. You're trying not to let it go anywhere. Going to start to add on. So curtsy lunge. Take a bicep curl, release, and then step forward. Curtsy lunge, bicep curl, release, step it forward. You're still keeping the weight really light in that back foot. So you're just tapping the toes to the ground as you come forward and then coming all the way back. Curtsy lunge first, then a bicep curl, then bring it forward. Three more before we add on. Last one, you're going to bicep curl, hold it. Take 2 pulses in your curtsy lunge, release, step it forward. So curtsy lunge, bicep curl and hold, 2 pulses, come back to the front of the mat. If the pulses are too much, you can get rid of them and you can just stick with the curtsy lunge and bicep curl. Staying as low as you can in that pulse. So increasing that time under tension now for that left quad and that left glute. Good, final layer now. You're taking a curtsy lunge, you're bicep curling, pulse, pulse. Now keep the weights on the shoulders. You step that left heel to the ground, take a lifted squat, release. Back to that curtsy lunge, bicep curl, 2 pulses, right heel lifts in a squat. Curtsy, bicep, pulse, pulse, lifted heel squat at the top of your mat. We've got 4 more to go. Getting as low as you can into that squat. Final 2. You're going to stay in that heel lifted squat. We're going to pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, bring it back up. Okay, right foot extends out wide, left foot stays on the floor. You're going to come up onto the big toe, weights into the chest, take a little lean over towards the left side. From here, right leg kicks out, take it back to the floor. Soft bend in that left knee, keeping that quad working. If you want more, that right arm reaches overhead. As the right leg lifts, you bring the weight to the thigh. As you lower, you reach it back overhead. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that right leg in a hover. Weight back to the chest. Tiny, tiny circles with that right leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back. Whew. Take the weights down onto the floor. Take a shake out of the leg. Going to stretch out that left quad. So grab a wall if you need to. Bring the knees next to each other. Lengthen the tailbone. Press the hips forward. You're going to squeeze that left heel into your left bum cheek. Good, 3 more breaths. Lovely, okay, so before we do all that on the other side, we're gonna come down and do some waist work into the obliques. So, you're gonna want just a single weight for this one, and you have 2 options here. You can either do this from the knees, with the knees stacked, or come into your full side plank. You might want to stack one foot in front of the other, or have both of the feet stacked on top of one another. So, Weight comes onto the hip, unless you need the support of that right hand on the floor. We're on the left forearm. You're gonna exhale, lift the hips up. As you inhale, drop the hips down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Again, if you wanted to come onto the feet, you could do that. There will be some layers here. Good. Now, if you want more, you're just going to reach that right arm to the ceiling and hold it there. So you're pressing down through the whole of the forearm, lifting the hips as high as you can. Then we're going to start to add on. You're going to lift the hips, hold, wrap that right arm underneath the left armpit, reach back up to the ceiling, drop the hips down. Lift, wrap, turn the chest, open the chest, lower back down. Keeping the hips just as high when you wrap, so try not to let them sink down as you bring that hand underneath the armpit. Let's go for 4. For 3. 2. Good, last one. After your wrap, you're gonna hold it there. You're gonna pulse those hips up and down. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold if you can. That top leg extends away, whether you're in a full plank or a half plank like me. 6, 5, lift higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Ooh, nice. Take a little side bend out from the left side of the waist. Couple of deep breaths. Maybe dropping that right forearm down and then extending it. Great. Just take a little forward fold in your cross-leg position, dropping the chin, reaching the hands forward. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of arms, and then we are going to do all of that on the other side. So grab both of your weights this time and find a comfortable seat. So I'm going to sit on my heels. You're welcome to stand or sit cross-legged. And to start with, we're going to start with our serving. So palms face up, elbows are in quite narrow to the body. Breath in. As you breathe out, reach the arms forward and then bend the elbows back. So we're going to keep the palms turned up towards the ceiling here. And wherever you are, you're sitting nice and tall. The head is reaching towards the ceiling. And the further you go with the arms, like if you fully straighten that out, it makes it a little bit harder. So if that's too much, keep the arms with a soft bend and don't go out so far. Great. 10 more seconds before we start to add on. Go 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to reach forward, hold, open the arms wide, keep them at shoulder height. Bring them back in front of you and then bend those elbows in. So reach, open, close, elbows back. And if it's too much to open them at shoulder height, you can let them drop slightly below shoulder. That will make it a little bit easier. Otherwise, you can drop the weight or just skip out the open and close altogether if it's too much. We'll go 10 more seconds here. For 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to stay with that open and close. Arms forward, arms out. Keep the palms facing up if you can. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the arms open, palms stay up. We're going to draw circles. We're going to go for 10, 9. Keep them lifted. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Reverse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cactus the arms, we're almost done. Bring the elbows forward, take the elbows out. Keep the elbows lifted at shoulder height if you can. Bringing those shoulder blades towards the back as you bring the elbows back. We've got 10 seconds here, then pulses to finish, then we'll be done. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the arms forward, lengthen the fingers, pulse the elbows up. Don't let them drop below shoulder height if you can. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back down. Woo, drop the weights down, take an interlace of the hands behind the back. Open up through the chest. Take a couple of breaths here. Maybe you just want to take the hands behind you, send the chest towards the ceiling. Drop the head back if that feels nice. And then we'll just take a brief child's pose. So you could take the arms back behind you, or you can take the knees wide and hands forward. Great, so when you're ready, we're going to come up to standing in the other direction for our curtsy lunge series. So, again, coming to stand at the top of your mat. Toes facing forward. This time, right foot stays forward, left leg steps behind the right leg. Trying to get that knee as low to the ground as you can. Keeping the hands down by the side to start with. And keeping the torso quite upright. 3 before we add that bicep curl. For 2. Good. And 1, we're going to hold. Bicep curl, release, come back to the top of the mat. So we curtsy lunge first, then we bicep curl, then we come back. Remember, we're keeping the weight quite light in that left foot. So we're not fully landing in that left foot as we come forward. Last one before we add the pulse. The next time you come down, curtsy lunge, bicep curl hold, pulse, pulse, release, stand up tall. For 4. For 2. Last one, we're going to start to add that heel lift squat. Curtsy lunge, bicep curl, pulse, pulse, squat with the left heel lifted, then drop the weights. 6 more to go here. Curtsy, bicep, pulse, pulse, weights stay on the shoulders as you do your single heel lift squat. Try and stay low as you transition from that curtsy lunge pulse to your heel lift squat. Then get even lower as you squat. 3 more to go. Good, last one. When you land in that heel lift squat, you're going to hold it. Dumbbells stay on the shoulders, you're pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands to heart now. Left leg steps out to the side. You're going to go for a lift and a lower. Lift and lower. You're leaning over towards the right side, keeping the weights into the chest to begin. Lengthening through the whole body. Then when you're ready, that left arm reaches up and overhead. As you lift the leg, the hand presses to the thigh. You hold that lean towards the right side. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're gonna hold the leg lifted, hand to chest. Tiny, tiny circles through that left leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Take the weights to the floor. Take a little forward fold, a shake out through the head. And then roll up. We'll come into a quad stretch. With that right heel to the right bum. Bring the knees together. Press the hips forward slightly. Great, and release. Okay, side planks on the other side. So you were either on your knees, like I am, or you were on your feet. Good, weight into the left hand on the left hip. Press down through all of the 5 fingers. Exhale, lift those hips. Inhale, lower. So you're not just pressing down into the elbow here, you're pressing down through the whole of that right forearm, lifting the hips as high as you can. Start to extend that arm overhead, hold it there as you lift. Good, we're going to start to add our wrapping. So lift the hips, wrap underneath the right armpit, turn the chest. Open the chest, drop the hips. Lift, wrap, reach, and drop. Lift, wrap, reach, and drop. 6 more to go. For 2. Next time we're holding it up there. So reach the arm, take your wrap, hold that arm extended, pulse the hips. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift and hold, extend that top leg, lift higher. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Drop the weight down, guys. Take a side bend. Stretch out the right side of that waist. A little bend and extend through the elbow, maybe. Or you might just want to hold that stretch. And then bring the arms forward. Take a forward fold again. Tuck the chin, let the head hang. Shake the head from left to right. And come down onto our backs now for some ab work. Weights are optional here to bring them into your hands. We're going to start with feet to the floor, arms reaching up to the ceiling. Let me just get my hair out of the way. Okay, that's better. Arms extended up to the ceiling. Feet on the floor about hip distance apart. Palms are going to face forward. You're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, lift the head and shoulders, press the hands forward. Inhale, reach the arms back up. So just like you would on the reformer in your straight arm press, you're going to reach through the weights or reach through your hands, peeling the spine up as high as you can, curling from the breastbone. As you lift the head and shoulders, you're going to gently draw in through the tummy, gently lift through the pelvic floor, so you're turning on that cylinder. Adding on, as you lift the head and shoulders, bring one knee in towards the nose, take it back down to the floor as you reach up. Exhale, other leg comes forward, inhale, tap it down. So when you lower the head and shoulders, you're finding that connection through the back line. So ribs are connected, waistband is connected, tailbone stays heavy. Starting to add on a little bit more if you want it. Head and shoulders lift, you hold it. You extend that leg long. You bend it back in towards you, and then you reach the arms, you lower down. So lift the head and shoulders, take it nice and slowly. Reach that foot away, bring it back in, Reach the arms lower down. Really lift as high as you can and keep that spine lifted as you send the leg away. So don't let your chest drop back down to the mat as you extend your leg long. You're continuing to reach through the hands towards the back of the mat. Good, we've got 3 more. Two. Last one, we're going to hold it lifted and just bend and extend that leg. Reach through the arms. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay lifted, switch legs. Reach further. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot comes back down to the ground, arms reach overhead. Again, you're finding that connection through the back line, so rib cage, waistband and tailbone, lifting both of your legs into tabletop. Now from here, keep that connection through the back line. You're going to toe tap down towards the ground and then back up over the hips. So you're reaching from the hip instead of closing the gap behind the knee. So you're keeping that 90-degree angle through the back of the knee, keeping the shoulder blades plugged into the ground. And if you can't reach all the way to the ground, it doesn't matter. Just take the foot a couple of inches forward and then bring it back. It doesn't matter how low you're going, as long as you can kind of feel that engagement through the belly. If the belly is working, that is fine. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend both legs up to the ceiling. Again, continue to stay connected through the back line, keeping your legs long. You're going to drop one down into an out, just as low as you can go, and then back up through center. So some of you might drop a few inches, some of you might be able to go all the way to the ground. Don't worry about the depth. Focus on maintaining your connection through the back line. So we've got 10 more. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, hold the arms there, bring the legs back through tabletop. If this is getting too much, feet can come back to the floor. Otherwise, legs stay in your tabletop position. You're going to take a bend of the elbows back, extend the arms to the ceiling. So keep the elbows over the shoulders, upper arm bones are staying still, forearms are moving backwards and forwards. Starting to add on. As you take it to your skull crusher, I want you to extend one leg long, bring it back through tabletop as you lengthen the arms. Bend the elbows, send the leg out, come back through center. 10 more seconds here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finish that rep. Come all the way back in. Drop the weights to the ground and just take a full body stretch. Reach the arms overhead, reach the legs out long. Couple of breaths out through the mouth if you need to. Okay, weights can stay down. We've got one more thing to do before we stretch out. So hands are going to come behind the head if you need the support of the hands. Otherwise, bring the fingertips to the temples. We're just going to start with both legs coming up into a tabletop. You're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, right leg goes long. You curl towards the left knee into a bicycle crunch. You come back through center, breathe in. Exhale, take it over to the other side. So really slow bicycle crunches, looking for that wrapping motion from the armpit to the hip. Exhale, rotate, lengthen. Inhale, center. If this is too much, both feet can come to the ground and you can march one leg up into a tabletop. as you bicycle crunch instead. Wherever you are, try to lift out of both of the shoulder blades. So you're not just rolling onto the left or right shoulder blade, you're lifting up and then rotating. If you need the support of the hands behind the head, you can always take it. Otherwise, let's use those neck muscles. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to hold it there. Left leg stays long. You're going to lift and lower that left leg. Hold your rotation. Can you lift any more towards that right thigh? For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Right leg long, lift high. Lift and lower your right leg for 8, 7, higher, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Ooh, hug the knees in towards the chest. Take a little rock from side to side. And then hands can come down by the side, feet can come to the mat, and you're just going to drop the knees from side to side, windscreen wipering the legs. Letting that breath start to slow down. Good. Reach the arms and legs overhead. You're going to reach the right foot and the right hand away from one another. So lengthen through the right side of the body, release, and then do that on the left side. Reach the left leg, left hand away. Breathe into the side of the waist, and then exhale, release. One more on each side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Fantastic. Bring the left foot to the floor, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, and then just, again, drop the knees from side to side, but keeping this figure 4 shape. Opening up through the side of that right hip. And then hugging that whole shape in towards you. You could go behind the hamstring, or you can come onto the shin if the glutes are feeling a little bit more open, and the hips. 4 deep breaths here before we switch. Good. Slow release to the ground. Left ankle over right thigh, and start to drop that shape from side to side, keeping the right foot connected to the earth. Come through center, hug that shape in towards the belly, stretching out through the left hip, left glute. And then 4 deep breaths. And we're just going to finish how we started. So hug the knees in towards the belly. Give yourself a couple of rocks on the spine. And then come into your all fours position. We'll finish with a cat-cow. Hands back underneath the shoulders. As you breathe in, drop the belly, gaze forward. As you breathe out, press the ground away and tuck the chin. 2 more like that. Big breath in. Let the ribs expand. Let the belly expand. Exhale, press. Last one, we're going to hold that cat for a couple of breaths. Really lift out from the neck, out from the shoulders. Press the tailbone to the ceiling. 1 more breath in. As you exhale, sit your bum back towards your heels. Reach the hands up overhead. Big breath in. Exhale out through the mouth. Let the hands fall down by the side. Thank you very much for joining me.